I'm going to eat a toffee crisp.
Whatever floats your boat.
You float boat.
I don't. I am not a liquid, nor am
Oh,
I
did you
watertight.
see in the news of that really morbidly obese woman who's suing Lyft because they didn't want to give her a lift?
No.
I think she's like I don't know if she's a
I can
rapper.
hear you and the YouTube.
Oh
I'm gonna have
shit!
to
Parts of the wall had fallen. Parts of the wall. Climbing over the wall. That wouldn't. How about a helmet? It will protect your head while you run.
Yeah? What about the rest of me?
A helmet on a pole? A helmet on a pole.
Are you okay, Nico?
It's the perfect decoy.
Keep your head down if you're gonna wave that thing around.
I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this with a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. Oh, heck. Ow! Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. Oh, heck. The apples were bruised. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more... Now then, old fella. You don't... No. Look what I got for... I need... Now then, old fella. No. Hey, Mr. Goat. A pile of A pile of apples had just been laid just out of the goat's reach. The side view mirror. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. Call me a... Well, that didn't work. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't given that. The shots were coming. That wouldn't... Go on. The goat couldn't Nope. Oh boy. I distracted the goat. The goat now had a whole... I tossed him my last apple. That would be... I wasn't going to frighten the The old tree offered cover. A pile of old... The old car was... I'd moved the crumbling the sun was I'd blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
That... Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your I'm not all...
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot.
My name is George Stobart.
I have...
Well, that doesn't... Please, put the gun down.
No. Leave...
All we want is a quick look in...
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive?
You don't fool me like that.
Senor Marquez, no...
And I know a... Go now, or I shoot.
Vostè, venghi a me.
Do you understand?
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart. Please.
And
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like...
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and... Hold it.
Do you mind putting that down?
Guns don't...
No. I've got bruises in places.
So
We're here...
Well, go look.
We were helping a man.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited... Your father.
Why should I believe...
How about this?
That's not proof.
I have your father...
So you're a thief.
Look at this photo.
It's old.
We tracked down his...
Where did you get...
In London.
All right.
You know, you sound just like my friend... Nico!
What's going on? Who's out there?
Some crazy American.
Papa. These people...
Eva, I thought... You... How did you find...
It wasn't easy.
We thought you...
You were wrong.
They've brought you some...
Can it be? At last, La Malediction.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Malediction.
Indeed. But
Something interesting?
the painting, the face in the mid...
The one with the symbol of
How do you know
a priest. Said it was the devil's...
pa priests? Full
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tab...
fool. Who would want...
But you do want...
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is...
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't... And now?
I shall decipher the painting. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better...
I'll go and
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eve...
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure. La Maledizio. But what? The plinths looked like they could be The plinths looked like... It was a shield. The scroll beneath the shield. A few words.
Good.
I'm sorry?
You wanted a few words.
Ramon sure was a little light. It was a circular stained glass. Senor Mark.
Mr.
If we're going to...
Yes?
Then you will.
Of course.
I mean, by being...
When have I...
Tell me about the...
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours. Who was the mysterious painter? And what did it mean? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that...
Senor, can...
The Tower of Saints, of course. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see...
The one you marked...
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tab.
But the elements around it...
When were you last here?
Not since that day.
So why did the painting bring...
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the tabula...
It is an object. My ancestors kept it safe. They brought it to Catalonia as... In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the... He knew dark forces were gathering, but... So he commissioned La Malediction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the...
I know only that in the wrong hands, it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment. Look, he mentioned the stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that...
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair. So I told him of the Castel. And while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with a little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the Pugnacious. So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart, I am sure.
Why would a Dominican priest, Father Simeon, describe...
That order was founded specifically to fight heresy and to eradicate Gnosticism. Behind their backs, the Dominicans were nicknamed. For years, these dogs hunted. They called us heretics, but in truth, they sought to find and seize the tabula.
I think that...
My medallion.
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose.
Sure. Is this one of Nico's photos?
Yeah.
And did you write?
Yes, I was trying.
So.
I never knew what lay in that portion. The photograph you have of my family, this part of the... But once I saw the Tower of Saints, just a...
So this is you?
Indeed.
Take a look at this.
It is the...
It was drawn by the man...
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he have?
I don't know.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Maledicció, the better.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest.
So?
You're not interested?
I have no interest in priests.
Rich tea cook? Marie, huh? Can you dunk him?
Dunk?
No way. You never dunk? Wow. Well, here's a promise. When this is all over, I'll teach you how to dunk.
Thank you, George.
Did I ever mention Trevor?
The old cockroach.
Oh.
It's nearly as old as Ferret in the Pack.
Marquette.
Nothing. We must hurry up.
The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like... There was a crate of... The bookcase held an assortment of ancient... It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. There was a piece of stone on the ground. There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the... What exactly? It looked like this. The end of the... The door was... Marquez said that the painting, but when... The plinths looked like they... Senor Marquez.
We must hurry up and figure.
I need... The photo was of the Marquez family. I'd put some steps. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard. The stone. The screw. There were spent bullets. The door was...
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the castle?
Didn't know, wasn't in... I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help.
My father needs... Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So...
Not a lot. Even... She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she... Marquez... I guess maybe...
Tell me if you find anything. Hello, Eva.
Signors,
Please.
I'd rather not. When are you and...
Actually,
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my...
well, I can... Do you know anything?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the...
This is your...
Looks like...
Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff. Said I had a religious vocation. Turns...
Tell me about...
Apparently he worked... a loyal servant, even though the family left and never...
What do you know?
My father... He thinks it's full of... I think it's a crock...
Sure you do. Tell me about yourself.
I left home as... and now I own a bar.
That explains...
No, Signor. I learned how to use...
Eva. Nico tells me...
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods.
I can see... What do you make of the...
They're sketches of...
The artist paid for...
figures. That paint...
Do you recognize...
It's my father's medallion.
Yeah, he left it in Paris.
When I was a kid, he...
Your father's...
So, we...
Do these notes...
Some... So what?
It was an old... From the dial I could see that the main doors of the house faced... I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's... On the fireplace behind... I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malediccio. The first passage, and thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual, and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the Credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the Tree of Life. I wondered what it all meant. The painting held all. The Tower of Saints had led. I wondered where the other. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. The priest appeared. He was. It was a castel. The figure of the young man was just like. It could. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. It was the figure of a. The figure was. Inside the. There was a tower within the ring. Maybe. The church clearly had a long history of demonizing the Gnostics. The statues were facing outward. I waited with bated breath for something. Nothing. Signor Marquis. Anything else? I found it.
My father.
Take a look at this.
An old We must hurry up and...
What are you thinking?
The fire. It looks familiar.
You're right.
In Marquez's photo, his family.
The carved figure. It also. The carved trees bore a remarkable. The stone. The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph.
Ah. A staircase. We must go up. We don't have... Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look.
Georges? Georges! What? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds...
Wolfram.
What do you...
Wolf
So you have...
all my life. In fact, Saint,
That's...
not really.
Oh, I see. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering... In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Genin was given soldiers to... They came here, brought...
They shot Xavier?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday.
Why did they...
They were searching for something. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to... But the library windows...
This Kenan, who...
He was Swiss.
So what did he...
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, spent weeks making noise. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia.
Did they...
Who knows? An accident perhaps, in the soul.
The name... He was the person who had tried to... A coincidence?
There is no...
So, when the soldiers left...
Yes. A few years later I returned. I locked the library. I could not bear...
Can I have a look?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Saint...
Please,
I lost.
you lost...
That evening when I drank to the cellars were well... It was a long night. I hid the key. That was... I haven't touched it.
I needed to find... A hippo... Ramon must have been in the car. A hippo... In amongst the rubbish on the car floor was an old brand. The floor of the car was a 5T71. Extra. The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car, an old... Someone had been sleeping. I picked up what looked... It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't... Ramon. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. Hey, I was reading that. The inside of the car. Have you no ready in the... The fountain had dried up long ago. The garden... According to the sun... I just had a look at... Looks like so...
Me. When I returned, I couldn't bear the house at night.
Does this mean...
Should it?
So, you have no idea what you did with the key?
All I remember...
The plants that... The internal coat, even overgrown. The door, I wanted with... The castle was... The whole... Ramon... The bookcase... I wouldn't... The window... I believe... Too loud. George the Great. Eva,
He's old and foolish. I suppose he's...
Well...
You did?
Yes, we found...
What?
Your father...
What? That's ridiculous.
Don't worry. So he always does. Have you ever been?
No, I'm
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago.
Shame.
Your father...
He's old, and he could do without people.
Can you think of anyone?
What do you think I...
Seen anything?
Apart from you.
He's not...
Whatever.
Talk to you later. The wind chime. I wondered if it was... Despite the scrap components, the wind. Despite the scrap. Despite the scrap. Despite the scrap. One old sardine got. And there it was, the key to. I found you. Do you want to be with me?
No. And anyway,
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. Books were still stacked neat. More were scattered. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. I wondered what secrets they might hold. The hat looked. I wondered if it had been. The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
So, what is this place, Senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christians? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montségur with the Tabula Veritatis from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preached that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here, at Montségur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why. It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they... And the bearded one. The other is known by many names. Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then...
Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. It meant something, but I didn't know what. That was... I'm pretty... That was... The fresco deserved a... The fresco was surrounded... My Latin was a little rusty, but I... Ex igne puritas. Ex luce veritas, ex labore sapientium. Cathars being burned. A town of northern Catalonia. Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seemed to be carrying... Cathars fleeing... They seemed... A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern... Cathars fleeing... They seemed... The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture. That wouldn't work. Nope. It was a glass, and it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was... I needed a... color changed from yellow to green. It was a part of... The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to... The color changed from turquoise to blue. Light shone. Marquez had told me that this statue was... I removed the colored light streamed.
Amazing. The light is showing the path of the Bonzom.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis, from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot... But its coat of arms is quite...
But how does it bring us...
It tells us the route the Tabula took.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should... Eva will be get...
Okay, we found the route of the Bonzom Trail.
It must somehow...
Papa,
I'm fine.
you got me out here to look at... Ramon is out.
Georges, what did you find?
There's a secret chapel, but it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel, all laid out for worshiping not one god.
What?
I'll tell you when...
You know, I found some things too, which... Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think...
What are you doing with La Maledicte?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the... I promised...
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes.
I should stay with...
Don't worry about me. La Maledictio is more important.
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want...
Because I found out what Ganon...
The Ganon who tried to buy the...
No, Genon, who led the fascists here, Genon, who then spent months and who vanished one day.
You think he's connected to the Ganon?
It seems...
So what's...
Take a look at this. It's Ganon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to bring it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Ganon started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more... There was a tower within the ring. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. The map had the municipality of the French castle. I saw this location. That wouldn't... The municipality of Pocerda. The municipality of the municipality of Terrassa. The ring depicted some kind of cat positioned in the light cast by Lucifer and Jehovah. If the fresco was to be believed, the town in that ring was at the southern end of the Trail of the Bonzon. But which one? This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan. The
municipality of... The municipality... I couldn't be sure. The municipality... Ganon had been researching the possible location. Perhaps there were some clues left. The tabula was unlikely to be out there. I wasn't sure. I had no desire. I lifted the hat out of the... I removed the oilcloth. I picked up the blanket. There was something... I picked up the folder. It was a telegram. I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram.